People ask, should I pay off a loan or should I save money? And this really becomes a question of net worth. So let's talk about what net worth is, why it matters, or how, if it does even matter. So a couple different things. If you were to pay off a debt, another way of saying this is a liability. So something that I owe, this increases your net worth. Now, if you were to save money, this is money that you're putting aside, you're not spending. So this is something that I own, you're increasing your net worth. So let's talk about a few instances where this question may come up and that it could be a different answer depending on where you're at. So let's talk about this formula and why assets and liabilities matter in our net worth. So when we look at net worth, how we calculate this is by taking our assets and our liabilities. So let's just review. Assets are things that we own. So as we're saving more, we have more money that we own. As we're paying down our liabilities, we're paying down the things that we owe. So liabilities are things you owe. And this gets us to our net worth. Now, one of your first goals as you're starting out, as you're saving money, as you're learning or figuring out, do I pay off a mortgage or do I get a car loan? One of the first things is that we want to have a positive net worth, because it's really easy when we're starting out that we owe a lot more than we own. And so let's talk through some ways that we can help to make that better. So one example is probably really common to a lot of people, and I'm going to call this more of a gradual increase in our net worth. And so, for example, into your retirement accounts, which would be considered assets, things we own, let's say that we're saving a little bit every paycheck, we're putting some money in there. And then our liability, maybe you own a home or you have a car payment, so your mortgage, your auto, these liabilities, we're paying those down every month as our payment tells us to or as we should. So we're overall increasing our net worth because we're increasing the amount we save and we're decreasing the amount that we owe. So assets minus liabilities equals a higher net worth. So that's one way that you can gradually do it over time. It doesn't have to be that right away I pay everything off and then I start saving. So this is one way that you could do it gradually. So if that's the way you're doing it, that's okay. The next way could be a fast way. So let's talk about someone who asks the question, should I pay off some debt that I have? And maybe for this period of time, they're going to say, I'm not going to save anything because I'm going to put everything towards that debt. So if there's no change here, I'm not increasing my assets. Okay, that's a decision you've made. So in this instance, there's no change because you're not saving anything into your assets, which is okay. That's a decision that you've made. And so instead, you're going to put everything that you can towards debt, whatever kind that is, so your debt is going to be going down. So even though there wasn't a change in your assets, how much you own, there was a decrease in the amount you owe. So this is increasing your net worth. Again, my assets didn't change, that's okay, but these went down, so I'm subtracting even less, I have a higher net worth. So one other way that people think about changing their net worth could be a fairly quick way. And this could be someone who just says, you know what, I have this debt that I really just want to get rid of. I do have some assets. Should I put those assets towards this debt? And I want to show you how that affects your net worth. So if I'm going to take from these accounts, I'm going to take money out of my savings. So I'm going to take a distribution. We're just going to call it that because I'm taking it out of these accounts. So I'm going to decrease my assets. So I'm decreasing this, taking it out of that saved money. So I have less in the amount I own, and I'm going to pay off this debt, whatever it is. So this is good, this is going down. However, in this instance, because I took money out, I decreased the amount I own, and I decreased the amount that I owe. This actually has no change if it's in the same exact amount. So if I took $5,000 out of my savings account to pay off this debt, there's actually no change in my net worth. I really just moved money from here to decrease the amount of assets and change the amount of liabilities that I have, so there's no change. So I just want you to understand that when we move money around, it affects a lot of things, but our net worth is one of the things that we want to pay attention to, because in the end, what I own minus what I owe is how much money I really have if I sold everything or paid everything off. So hopefully this helps you as you're thinking about ways to handle your money. If you need some help, let us know.